All right. Rivals.com national basketball analyst Eric Bossi. I'm here with Michigan State signee, 5-star forward, McDonald's All-American, maybe potentially national champion without things go with Dick's Nationals this week, Jaren Jackson. Jaren, how's it been this week for you in the McDonald's game?
Oh, it's been great. I think playing against all these guys has been fantastic. I'm going to see them a lot more coming up, and I've been playing against them before, and just to play against them in front of NBA scouts and it be a different venue and playing in the United Center, it's going to be cool.
You mentioned the NBA scouts. You've played in front of college coaches quite a bit, but NBA scouts is different. You look to practice, there's been 60, 65 NBA guys. Is that daunting or intimidating at all to you?
No, I try not to think about it too much. I kind of forgot, to be honest. Because we're not allowed to talk to them and they're kind of quiet, you don't really think about it too much. You just have to know that at all times they're going to be watching you. So you have to, check your body language, make sure you're being a good teammate, and just try to do the little things to stand out.
Do you feel like you maybe had a little bit of advantage of knowing what the NBA guys want, considering, your father played in the NBA and, does he pass any of that knowledge down to you or put that in your head, or is he letting you figure it out on your own?
He passes it down, but I think as well as my dad and the coaches here, they've been able to give us advice on what they're looking for. Some people try to come in and force it, but when you're around a bunch of good players, you have to find your niche. You have to find a way to stand out. That's not just scoring the ball, and that's not just making plays, being a playmaker. You have to pass the ball, swing it, cut away from the basket, talk, help guys up when they're on the floor, do stuff like that.
Michigan State this year, I think, considering all the injury issues that they had and really having to play small, I think it was a really good season for them. Next year, I don't think, assuming everyone's healthy, being small is not going to be an issue. You guys are going to have plenty of size next year. How do you think things will be different next year? How do you think you fit into the mix?
I think, next year we're just going to build on what the seniors left for us and what the players there left for us the year before. I think we're going to try to come in and do whatever it takes to help the team win. I think there's a great culture around there, and even though there's injuries all the time in sports, and you're going to have to deal with that. So obviously I want to make sure that I come in and make an impact, but I also want to gel with the guys.
Also, there's a couple big targets to lift on the board for Michigan State, Brandon McCoy, but in particular Tuggs Bowen, your high school teammate, potentially college teammate. I know he's got other schools in the mix, Arizona, Creighton, whatever, but have you talked to him much about Michigan State? Do you put the hard pitch on him, or you round him so much you don't want to overdo it?
A little bit of both. I think I'm around him so much because our school is pretty small, so even if we're not in the same class, I'm going to see him. So I'm talking to him about it all the time, any chance I get, but obviously he's still getting recruited. So the coaches, Coach Fife, Coach Izzo, Coach G, Coach DJ, they're always hitting him. And, I don't see Brandon McCoy that much, but when I'm seeing him now and I'm going to see him in Jordan, which he'll probably have been committed by then, I'm still in his ear. I'm always going to be letting him know I want him to go green, just as bad.
And then finally, we're finding out when we talk to Michigan State guys, and I think people who follow college basketball generally know this, but Tom Izzo is a pretty funny guy. You see him during games, he's very serious, he's animated, but off the court, he's pretty funny. Do you have like a Tom Izzo story from the recruitment process or since you committed that stands out to you that really caught you off guard?
Coach Izzo, man, I think most of the fun I've had with Coach Izzo is at his house. When he gets all the players together, we go over there and hang out. It's a really family atmosphere. He likes to play shuffleboard, which is pretty funny. I called him. I said he was playing against Miles one time, and I told him, man, you're old. You should win this. He's like, man, I'm not old. I'm not old. But I'm always just messing with him. He's a great coach.
Excellent. Well, Michigan State fans have a lot to look forward to in Jaren Jackson next year. They can also check him in the McDonald's All-American game and keep it here at Rivals.com all week for all the coverage.